Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man in the building, Donovan Sadiq. I got the queen, Demetra K. And the man with all the money, the property. And if he was single, he'd have all the women. My man Walter is in the building. And you know me, I'm the 5-star general. What's the topic tonight? Does a man have to be financially stable to date a broke woman? My change ain't right now. I guess I ain't going on no date. Let's get to it, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and thank you for tuning in and tell you that you are the best audience in the world every single night. Without a doubt, you are. And we appreciate you guys showing up and listening to these intelligent African-American people in a crazy black Republican. I really do. I want to say that the hottest topic in the city, and if you're from Houston, you already know that Dr. Grenita Lathan, it's time for the Houston Independent School District to give this lady a permanent contract. Get her off the interim tag. She's been on it for 2.5 years. And I've never seen anybody that's been on a probationary period on a job for 2.5 years. They only want to offer her 1 year. I've never seen anybody be a superintendent in the Houston Independent School District that was not an African American that had a contract for less than 5 years. So they want to treat her indifferent. But when your schools were failing 2.5 years ago, 56 failing schools, 2.5 years later, they're not failing. They're not failing. So I get it with what's going on. I understand that the trustees, they're in the same place they've been forever with the racist stuff behind the scenes. And that's one reason I just said the hell with it and I'm gonna run next year, because I'm gonna bring some stability to the boardroom, whether they like it or not, because now we need to be making good decisions for children in schools. And I think that she's navigated the pandemic to the best of her ability. She's done great. I don't like everything about it. Let's get that straight. But I also know that right now is not the time to go out there and look for an imaginary candidate. Let me ask y'all something. So if you wanted the job right now, if you were qualified to be the superintendent of the Houston Independent School District, either one of y'all, would you take the job knowing that the state of Texas may come in and take over the school district? You living in California, you got to uproot your family, Donovan. Would you take the job knowing that the feds are in the building right now? Which one of y'all would take that job? Ain't nobody highly qualified don't even apply for that job. So let's stop being disrespectful. Let's get a lady the job and let's move on, man. But if you don't, you're going to end up with the devil himself running the school district, and that's going to be the end of it right there.
Donovan, what kind of news you got for us today?
Well, in the news today, it looks like a few Republicans have grown a pair, and they are going to make sure that Joe Biden gets his briefing and his intel by tomorrow, supposedly. So they're saying these guys are treading very, very lightly, as Donald Trump does control the party and still wants to control the party, as he is full-time grifting from his supporters. So those people that are donating under the banner of, for the revote count and their legal expenses to do a recount, if you look at the fine print, most of that money goes into Donald Trump's pockets and a little bit to the RNC. So these guys, when it comes down to the money, like I said, money makes the world go round. They're going to play it as well as they can play it for the money. But they are saying also that it is also a play to energize the Republican base in Georgia, which is going to basically, the outcome of the Senate comes down to Georgia. So they want to keep the mob ginned up enough to where they can pull out a win in Georgia. And that's the latest for today.
All right, and so we're going to get right into it. There's been a topic, I guess, trending. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I've seen this meme quite a bit, and it asks the question of, does a man have to be financially stable to date a broke woman? Now, I'd imagine that topic has come about because, and I'm not a man, but a lot of men, always talk about how women want them to be stable. They got to have this much money. They got to have this kind of car. They got to be doing this, that, and the other. But most of the time, the women who are making these demands, they don't have any of that, but they're expecting their man to have it. It reminds me of a story once. Steve Harvey was on Oprah Winfrey Show. This was years ago. And this is when he first came out with his book, The Act Like a Man, or whatever it's called. I don't know. And there was a lady in the audience, and she was saying how she needed her man, to be a millionaire, and he has to have a nice body, this, that, and the other. Now, the lady, and no shade to her, she was probably about 350 pounds, easily. And I think Steve Harvey was being nice, but he says, well, do you have $1 million? Because mind you, she wanted the man to be all muscle, 6 feet and something tall. And she goes, no, I don't have $1 million. And he says, well, why are you expecting him to have something you don't have? And then obviously the unsaid thing is, well, you're not, all muscular and fit. So why are you having these demands on him that you don't have yourself? And so that is the topic we are going to get into. And I'm just going to be, standing by and let these gentlemen have their say as to whether a man needs to be financially stable to date a broke woman. Gary?
You sure you want me to talk about this?
Let Donovan go first, and then we'll get to walk.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all gonna throw me under the bus here. Okay, that's a very good question, but I think it's an enigma wrapped into a riddle. Because if you're dating a brother that is in the quote hood, he's just as broke as you're as broke. And so obviously that isn't a factor because they're having kids all over the place. And by the way, Future went into court with his baby mama today. She wants $53,000 a month in child support, but that's another story. But the funny thing is, in the neighborhood, he doesn't have to have any money. But if you meet a guy that is not from the neighborhood, it seems to me that the modus operandi is he's got to be financially stable. He's got to have this because a lot of women rely on their assets to secure the bag. And Future is a good example of what happens when you see a big booty and a smile. Walter?
Walter, you there? Well, he can't hear us.
Yeah, he's driving.
Maybe he can't hear us. We were talking to you. Okay, Gary, go ahead.
I think you get what you put into it. I think if you want to put them kind of demands out, then you should match me blow for blow. Relationships, I guess, should be about the mental side. But see, we make it about the monetary side all the time. So, and I'm, me, you come up with some great subjects and it causes me to say some things, man, that, sometimes I shouldn't say. But I'll say this here. One, I'm 5'4", so I ain't gonna be your 6'3" Don Juan. Not gonna happen. Two, I'm tighter than some strip screws. I'm telling you right now. Three, I don't have a sticker on my head that says ATM. Not gonna happen. You don't come through the door making them types of demands and thinking that men are going to treat you with the respect and dignity that you deserve when you basically put a price tag on your coochie. That's how I feel. I mean, I could say more, but I'll stop right there.
And I'm not sure what happened to Walter, so I'm gonna just throw this out here. I'll be devil's advocate tonight. How about that? Now I don't really subscribe to the Walter, you there? Walter?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just going in and out.
Okay, so I I'm going to play devil's advocate tonight. So I'm going to throw it to you. What's your opinion on does a man have to be financially stable to date a broke woman?
Oh, wow. Damn. Let me do it. So first of all, I will not date a woman that doesn't bring something to the table. Here's what I mean. I used to be the type of guy that would just date women, go on dates, and spend money on drinks and food. And, you know, it would end how it was going to end. And I would wake up and go, oh, that was a waste of money. So what I do now, and the good news is the fact that I'm this way, I spend less time chasing women, which means I spend more time working on my money. I will not date a woman that is not on the move financially. She doesn't have to be financially independent yet, but needs to be working on it. Hate it, and it's getting worse as I become more financially independent. As you go on in a date, and like you can tell, like she's not bringing nothing to the table. It's just dinner, something she can put on Instagram and put on her story. And so you don't get anything from it. So for me, when I spend time with a woman, I need to get something from it. Like, because I think as you become more mature and get more serious about your finances, you don't just date, you know, like just throwing money. And it's funny, girls say, I want an 8-figure nigga. That's my type. Like, please. First of all, an 8-figure man don't call himself a nigga, number one. And if he do, it's on wax. I promise you, when he get in his bank, in his bank vault, he don't call himself nigga. So, and I think women have been given a false narrative, you know, like, oh, I'm going to get a man that's making money. First of all, ladies, men that are making money, chances are they already have a woman that they're building something with. And so if you're with a man, you know, maybe he wants to ball out once in a while because his wife won't do that. But I promise you, as you become more, you know, financially aware, you spend less time, you know, wasting money out on dates. And like, you know, here's what I think about. Like, I asked a girl in the past, do you have life insurance? And I said, if something happened to you and you needed like somebody to, you know, change your clothes, your diaper, and get you in and out of the tub, where's that money coming from? She goes, oh, I don't have that. And I said, okay, I'm not mad at you, but why don't you get it? And she's like, well, I said, next. I'm not wiping the booty of a broke chick. It's not happening. So I think, and women call men like that squares. You know, like, it's funny. Do I really want to date a girl that brings nothing to the table? And ladies, cute chicks are everywhere. If you think because you're fine and you can get a rich man or a man that's making good money, step in line. Right now, there are women in their 20s, 30s. I'm 50 years old. It would take nothing for me to roll up on a 22-year-old woman if I just want to have a good time for the night. Do you know what I'm saying? So, ladies, you have competition. I don't know if that's making sense. I knew I was gonna get in trouble. But
I say this here, man. I'm trying to figure out who wrote the manual on this. Who came up with these rules and regulations? And you know what? Oh, I gotta get me a man that got 7 figures or 8 figures. That's why you ain't got one. You need to go get you a man that got a $25 bank account at Chase Bank that's trying to get his stuff in order. But see, we put these demands on people. That's why nobody don't want to take you out on no date. When you take them out on a date, you know, you're going to pick a nice restaurant. But some of them want to go over the top, man. You know, they want to go over the top. They want to put too much on it, man. And for the average broke dude, he can't sustain it. And then you didn't tell us about them 4 kids you had in the house when you talked about going on the date too. So you want us to accept the kids, and you know you put a lot of pressure on the side dude to accept the kids, but you won't put no pressure on their daddy. Daddy could be riding down the street on a bicycle with flats, pockets turned inside out, not a quarter to his name, you ain't gonna do nothing to him. But the good dude that show up, you gonna try to break him. See, they got a saying, it ain't tricking if you got it. Well, tricking is easy because if you understood what tricking was, that means you don't worry about the money that you spend because you got that money to spend. But men spend money on women when they choose to spend money on women to a certain capacity. But putting a price tag, oh no, baby, you keep your coochie short.
Wow, now we're getting somewhere. Walter said something that reminded me of a quote that said, "You will lose lots of money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money." Let that sink in. So here, I want to play devil's advocate, okay? So it is said, and let's say, I just for the sake of an example, I'm going to use this biblical thing, right? It said that when Adam got Eve, he had a stable foundation, okay? And Eve didn't have anything to bring to the table but herself. You know, she was going to be the helpmeet and his companion and all of that. It sounds like Adam was balling to some degree. So do you guys think that should be like a standard for a man to have his things together, regardless of what the woman's financial status is, especially if he's going to court her?
Well, why she can't have her stuff together too? Why should a man date something that's less than him? You know, according to the Bible, you're supposed to be equally yoked. I mean, don't nobody want to date nobody that ain't trying to. If you ain't got it, what you, like Walter said, if you ain't got it, what you trying to do? What you trying to build? Anybody can come to bed in some fucking drawers and lay up and put some oil on their ass and do the shit that they do. You might even do some tricks, grab a chandelier or the ceiling fan and spin around in circles or something. But that ain't gonna pay the light bill. Now, I will say that according to what I understand, in the Garden of Eden, Eve was put in the garden to be a helper. She was put there to be a helper. So we talking about dating. Ain't nobody obligated to feed your broke ass. Ain't nobody obligated to do all them things if they ain't married to you. So you can't put demands on somebody because you ain't got your shit together.
Donovan?
Well, you know me. Like I said, I tell women all the time that I meet, I know everything there is to know about women because I watched the movie What's Love Got to Do with It? Okay. All right. And because I watched that movie, it made some very poignant points in it. Now, notice when he ran over Annie Mae's Mama's Flowers, brother took out his money and he paid for that, right? He paid for it. So what I'm saying is everybody has a role. Now, for me, a woman doesn't have to have money or be equally yoked because as a man, I'm supposed to be a provider. Okay, but you can't be a lady and a woman in this society today because you're confusing the shit out of us. You got some women, oh, I need my door opened up. Okay, that's fine. But then you got some women, I don't need you to open my damn door. I can do it myself. So for me, I'm more of, she doesn't have to have financial, but she has to play her role and play in her lane. So if you're going to be a lady and got the big booty and stuff like that, and I'm paying all the bills and everything that I'm supposed to do as a man, then you got to do what you got to do. And I'm not saying like it's outright prostitution, but you're there to be my arm candy. You're there to be my, to be my woman. And, because I'm your woman, I'm going to take care of you. Husband means taking care of a wife. Father means taking care of kids. And that's where I'm coming at it, with it when I deal with a woman.
So let me rephrase what I said earlier, so I don't give people the wrong idea. I don't necessarily care that you have what I have. I just want you to be building something. Like, let's say I'm dating a girl, and she's like, and I'm just getting my life started, but I am saving money every month. I'm trying to, build my credit. I'm trying to buy real estate. My eye is on having a stable future. So I'm every month or every day, I'm making a move toward my future. That's what I'm talking about. Like, women, it's funny. They think, oh, I'm cute. Like, you guys, that conversation goes away. Because I can promise you, especially out here in California, it's nice and hot, and everybody got a big booty out here. And if you think your man is just going to be faithful to you because you got a nice, good luck, and I'm just keeping it real. So, like, well, I'm about to give up the game. So, like, what keeps me together, like with my girl, besides love and all that stuff, is that we have stuff that we're working on. She'll tell you, like, almost, anyways, you know what I'm saying? Relationships can take you to the next level. But when you have something that you're doing together, it makes you think twice. You know what I'm saying? So if we're building a house together, or if we're, doing something together, starting a business together, I have two relationships to take care of, you and our business. And sometimes the business is the most important at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get mad at the business. The business don't say dumb shit. Get an attitude and start talking to me crazy. So it's good to have something, that you can bring to the table. And what I mean by that is taking a step, building something. Like, I like to hear a woman say, oh, I'm putting some money away. Like, I want to take care of my future. That is sexy to me. Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? That's a good move. I like a woman with her own stuff that she's working on.
So I'm gonna take over Gary's role tonight. Let me interpret that. So I believe what he's saying is, ladies, that a big butt and a smile is cool for a minute. Everybody has a big butt and a smile for the most part. I mean, hell, you can buy it nowadays, right? But what else are you bringing to the table? What makes you a hot commodity other than your body? And I wasn't even trying to rhyme or nothing like that. Well, so you got to have something else that's exciting, like financially fascinating. You have to be building, working towards something. Okay, but let me ask you this. What about if you have a woman at the house? She's not working per se. She's holding a household down, right? You come home, you got some food on the table. She got Gary already shaking his head. She got food on the table. Your house is managed. The kids is taken care of. She don't tell you no. She don't never have a headache. She is your ultimate peace. Does she still need to be doing something financial? Okay, wait a minute. And she's a good steward over the money. She doesn't trick off the money. She manages the money right. She's not making you go get a second and a third job. Does that count?
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
does.
I'm looking for a woman like that. Where's she at?
Well, first of all, you don't have no kids that need to be raised. So, and neither do I. My youngest is 15, right? So that part for me is I can't really get involved with that. But I will say, like, my ex-wife has never worked. Like, she is, even to this day, I've been divorced from her since 2000. I left in 2005. In 2007, our divorce was finalized. My ex-wife is still have not worked. She has not worked. Period. She gets her child support checks and her residual income that's family related. She ain't punching no clock. We have kids together, so that was different. My investments were my kids, and so she stayed home and never worked. So that's different. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we had something in common as the kids. And once the kids got up, I was out. No. I mean, I was like, okay, the kids are grown. What's next? Because then what happens? Some women, they try and just go to T, Nordstrom's, and stuff like that. They try and sometimes, ladies, if you having kids and they get older, you have to start bringing something else to the table because men are shit. They will leave you.
What down? Gary?
Period.
I agree with it to a certain degree. I put it like this here. You at home, you ain't doing nothing, you have the ability. So what happens if I go to work and I get hurt? What happens to us then?
Mm.
I may not require you to pay anything. I may not say you need to pay a bill. You may not need to do nothing. But in the world that we live in nowadays, let's just be real. Most of these people, and Walter, you've dealt with them. Most of these people live in situations where it takes two incomes to live this manufactured lifestyle that they want to live. So the way that I did it in my first marriage, she didn't want to work at all. I sat her down and I say, look, I'm working offshore. At any given time, I could get hurt on that drilling rig. I say, so what happens if I get hurt? Everything that we worked, that I've worked for to put us in the position that we in, it could be gone if I could not work again. So what she decided to do is she decided to go get a part-time job at a bank. She excelled. She did really great. I didn't ask her to pay anything. But there came a time where I got sick. And then she understood what I was saying. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, that's being married. We talking about dating. Nowadays is what it is. You know, and I see some women making some comments, and it's what it is, man. But come on, man, we're gonna have to be real with this shit. If you want to put a price tag on a relationship, then you're gonna get out of it what you get. You gotta also look at the fact where you meet some of these dudes. Yeah. It ain't nothing to buy a bottle of Ciroc in the club and they bring you that extra bottle of cranberry juice. You drink up half of it, then they pour the cranberry into the bottle and make it look like another full bottle. That's called balling on a budget. So don't act like you got no certified baller when the numbers ain't adding up. You know, I had a partner, and then I'm gonna turn this over to one of y'all. We was out of town. That's back when we was wild and we was young. And we met some girls at the club. And he said, man, I'm going off with her tonight, man. Go do your thing. So we went our separate ways. The next morning, I picked him up. By 3 o'clock that evening, the girl called him. It's a true story. I need some money to pay my light bill. He said, I think that's a bad investment. She said, why you say that? He said, we ain't even had the lights on when I was there. So don't expect for us to come and just lay the bank card on the table, man. Don't do that to yourself, because you're putting a price tag on yourself, man. But then as soon as somebody call you a hoe, then you want to get mad. But Walter, I hate to make you I hate to let you know this, but according to T.I., niggas, bitches, and hoes do exist. I'm just being honest.
Well, I wouldn't take relationship advice from T.I., but and its crazy part is most people would take advice from T.I. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's entertainment, but you guys, at the end of the day, and it's getting more serious too. One, first of all, who's married at our age? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know somebody in their 40s and 50s that are married? That's like a unicorn. I'm trying to think. I have friends that are married my age, but their wife don't let them out the house. She's like, oh no, I know. I know what y'all used to do. So I don't even know. It's in the dating world is sad. I mean, ladies, you have to come to the table with your own stuff. And the best way to do it, I'm going to tell you, and I did this last couple of weeks, and I didn't hear a peep. I had a call from one person from the show, and I said, build your credit. If you guys listen, well, whatever. You understand what I'm saying. I keep beating Mr. Ed. It's like, damn, the show been off for 20 years. You still beating me. It's like, build your credit. Do you guys understand? Like, I'm gonna give you 100. In my house, right, where I live in Ontario, I take care of the house, period. Like, ask my girl, like, hey, like, what do we cut the check to? Or, the utilities, how much is the water and the gas bill every month? She'd be like, huh? She have no idea. So, but in exchange, I do that because she brings other stuff to the table. Where as my credit score is only like in 720, 730, her score is 830. So we can do things. So I can bring in cash and then she can bring in credit. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff where you could work off of each other. Because a lot of guys that are hustling and working their businesses and stacking their money and taking risk, a lot of times their credit isn't as good as the woman. You'll see it, especially with black couples. The man, she been like saving her money and her pension. Her credit is perfect. His credit is jacked up, and he's taking every single risk under the sun. Right? So it sounds like you know what I'm talking about. So you need to have a partnership. Ladies, men too, if you build your credit, it's like this. I can say I got a 750 FICO score, 720 or whatever, and I can go to my bank and borrow, money for a house or a construction loan or whatever. They don't really ask me how much money I have. They want to know how good is my credit and am I responsible? So ladies, you can build your credit in 12 to 18 months. I mean, from like Booger Bandit credit to, 18 months, your credit could be good. Start paying your stuff on time. Open some cards, secure cards, have your mom and your cousin and Pookie and them put you on their credit cards so you get their credit history. All the stuff I talk about all the time. So then, if my girl gets to acting crazy and she's like, I got an 800 FICO score and me and you could do some things together, I overlook her madness because I know at the end of the day, she's trying to get something done as a group, as a couple. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all this. Let's say a woman's credit is not so good. Like she can't even get a car from what's that car, CarMax or a dollar car, whatever. Her credit score is like 495. Is she dateable? A woman with a bad credit score, is she dateable?
Yeah, she's dateable. I mean, you accept them where they are. You accept them where they are. If you're serious with it, you accept them where they are. Now, the question is what are we going to do to fix this? What are we going to do to make this better? And what Walter just said about a hustler, and that's the way it was in my first marriage. I was a straight up hustler. I ain't care nothing about no credit. Say, man, get yours in order. So when it was time to buy the house, we knew one thing. She had the credit, I had the money. She had the credit, I had the money. So, I mean, I say you accept them where they are and you build from them.
Well, Dimitri, you know my situation. I have the perfect chick. Big booty, big titties. I mean, just beautiful girl walking around the house naked and all that other good stuff, right? But then she kept going into my pockets, and that's where the problem was because she had a good job. So I'm like, well, I don't mind helping you, but where's your money going? She had to get the $90 nails. She had to get the pedicure, the weave, and all that other stuff, which is fine. However, where is your money going? She ain't getting her car registration done, which she needs that to go to work. She ain't doing this. She ain't doing that. I'm looking at her because this woman made at least $25 an hour, which isn't really a lot in California, but it's average in California. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? As much as I like this woman, and Dimitri will tell you, I liked her, but I had to let it go because I was like this. I just couldn't bring myself to get in a serious relationship with this woman for the mere fact that I saw the financial disaster waiting for me down the road.
He sent her to the store on a Sunday morning to get a couple things for breakfast. Man, you think about a $20, $25 venture. She comes back, what was it, $140?
Time to go. Time to go. Ain't nobody told her go spend that. I don't know if that's all he had left. Ain't nobody told her broke ass to go spend that.
Look. She could have got the big bottle of syrup, the Winco brand, but she had to get the little $12 bottle of the Aunt Jemima because it's name brand. I looked at her and I was just like, oh, no. And Dimitri, she's laughing because Dimitri was there. I couldn't believe it.
He said she wanted organic carrot juice.
Organic carrot juices. Yeah, I was just like, what's going on? And as fine, I mean, this woman was the woman that I would want. I mean, I was like, this is it. I I had to let it go. Dimitri, I was like, I'm done. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Well, see, you got some women on the comments, they can't believe that. And the thing is, you know this thing where this is our money. Yeah, it's our money, but not to just mess off. Not to just mess off. If the man gave you $20, that's what you should have spent. Ain't nobody told you to go spend no $140. Now you're gonna have to go out there and wash some cars or cut some grass or something and make that $80 up, man.
Or better
Make
yet,
that $120 up, man. Ain't nobody told you to do that.
better yet, meet me in the bedroom, and I better hear no complaints. I expect VIP treatment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you go do something like that, you're gonna have to put a show on. You're gonna have to you go in the bedroom, pull some rabbits out the hat or something. Because ain't nobody told you spend no money like that. But I wore my sexy pants. I don't give a damn if you came up in here with a grass skirt on. I didn't tell you to spend $140. Right then,
yeah,
it go limp.
yeah, and
then $140.
yeah, and then don't get me wrong. It wasn't the fact that she spent $140. She could have spent $1,000, but for what she bought, it didn't add up. And I said, oh man, this is a financial disaster coming down the pike. And then the next week, oh, I need money to get my hair done. I was like, okay, well, go get your hair done. You know, this woman went to work almost every day and couldn't.
So the question now becomes, if she went to work every day and she blowing all your money, what's she doing with hers? That's when the argument started in the house.
Yeah, Demetrius
argument started, because when you question their money, what you mean? Oh, I don't speak of no Spanish. I don't speak of no Spanish. And you nice, Donovan. You take my shit and post it in $20 and go spend $1,000.
Nice.
You need to have them people put out an Amber Alert for you. Because you don't need to come back around here. Because you're going to have a problem. That's when the argument started.
Yeah, we got an echo somewhere, Walter. You listening to the show on your phone?
Oh yeah. Oops, my bad.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so credit is not an issue. Her credit don't have to be A1. You can work with a woman with bad credit.
I can work with them if they flat broke. Go get some food stamps.
Ooh.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here is a woman that is good with handling money that's a given, right? She's got to be. So what about, being with a woman who likes to go get her hair and her nails done? Do y'all have a problem paying for that stuff?
I like natural. Now, if you can get it done, get your hair done, go handle your business.
Yeah. I don't have a problem.
If you want to add that horse, tail to your head, then you pay for that. I'm not paying for that.
Right. Don't get me wrong. Ladies like to switch it up. They like to do what they like to do. I have no problem with it, except that when I see what beauty shop she's going to, if it ain't black owned, you ain't going to use my money to take it outside the community.
Walter, you have a problem paying for a woman getting her nails and hair done? And what is your thoughts on spending money on that kind of stuff?
I like the exchange principles. I'll get your hair done, get your nails done, but you make sure that, in return, I get what I need. That's all there is to it. I tell people all the time, if it wasn't for the love of women, I would be a Taco Bell in a B210. Man, I don't need all this wealth. I can live on the beach in Mexico if I didn't have to worry about, sexual intercourse.
Well, I tell you this here. Let me interpret that for y'all. What he's saying is, if he got to do your hair and your nails, and that's what you require, bust it open.
Oh. I mean, well, yes, in so many words. And you can do, I enjoy doing stuff like that, but for me, it's more, washing my girl's car or putting gas in the tank. She needs tires, getting the tires done or getting her car detailed, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm at the grocery store. Do you want something? So I enjoy doing that type of stuff. The nails and stuff is okay too, but I just want to make sure that it's going two ways. Me just to have a girl come over and the only thing she leave is the smell of the booty. That's not doing nothing for me. I mean, in the words of Elmer Fudd, it's cheaper to whack it. And I mean, you ladies, you guys, let me tell you something. Well, I ain't gonna go into my whole strategy of, getting a woman out of my mind, but well, and I'm not saying this is me, ladies, don't get this confused. I'm just trying to be more, I'm just trying to be funny right now. But these little massage parlors are popping up everywhere and they open till 10 p.m. Like, man, there's 6 in my neighborhood. I can walk to all of them. I'm like, wow. Like, and what's with the purple lights? You know what I'm saying? I bet you there's a lot of guys like, hey, baby, I'm going to the store. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Be a whole lot of guys running through the quick checkout line. So
how do y'all feel about a woman putting stipulations on you? For example, once I have a good friend, he was engaged, and he says that his fiance at the time would say stuff like, well, you didn't take the trash out tonight, or today you're not getting none tonight, or you didn't do this. You didn't do this, so I'm not giving you none. So she tied to stuff, to things he did or did not do around the house. And to Walter's point, one day he was like, okay, I'm going to go to the store and be right back. And then he said whenever she pulled that on him, he went to the store quite a bit. So what are your thoughts on that?
Talking to me?
You talking to who? Us?
I mean...
There needs to be an 11th commandment. Thou shalt not withhold the coochie.
Oh my God.
Because he didn't take the trash out, he can't get no ass.
Okay, that's insanity. That's
I tell you what, you can't get no dick because you ain't cooked no food.
I mean, that's stupidity when people do shit like that. Like, seriously, we're in 3rd grade. Like, women... And I promise you, like earlier I said it's cheaper to whack it. I did the calculations one night, and I was single, right? And so I was living in Orange County, and I dated this gold digger. None of my kids like her. You ever date somebody nobody like? I don't even got her saying her name right now. Everybody know who I'm talking about. So, so even my daughter, she was like 8, was like, damn, Dad, I don't like her. She always got your wallet. But so... Oh, Lord. So I was doing the math, right? And I was like, if I take this girl out, that's going to take 3 or 4 hours of my time, which means I'm not making money. I'm going to spend $200-$300 out on dinner and drinks and all this stuff. So I'm 4 hours just getting ready. And $200-$300, that's assuming they don't go no further. And so, then by the time all that's done, I'm $300-$400 into a date. And then in the morning, I don't have nothing to show. So what I would do is be like, you know what? I'm going to take care of this myself. I just saved myself $400. And thanks to social media, I can still see her.
Well, it's mathematics.
With TikTok and Instagram. It's like, man, I don't need to ever go on a date.
It's mathematic equations that works. And I'm going to do it from the hood perspective. One, you see all the pictures on Facebook, steak 48. For 2 of us, that's gonna run about $250. That's $250. I gotta put at least $20 in the tank. Then you want to leave there, you want to go to the club. We're gonna blow another 100, 150. So all together, man, we close to 400. See, this how the dudes think in the hood. I'm not finna spend 400 on no one date, and I can go to the Naked and get me some ass for $75 and lay up with a rock star in the back room, bust a nut and go home.
And you can pick your color choice, height, weight, length of hair, accent. I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying, Gary, I understand.
I ain't gonna lie. That was me back in the day because I'm not finna spend that kind of money, man. That was me when I was young and crazy. I'm going to the naked, and it's going down tonight.
When I was in the military, we would just go overseas, man. You had it over there for $25. Just anything you want, take her home all night. That's why these dudes kept extending their tours over there. They loved it over there. So why do you think you see? Okay, think about this. Think about this. Why do you see so many damn Asians in Montana? All married to military men. All of them.
They got caught up.
Demetrius Mosley say, y'all gonna be calling Tyrone. Well, get what? I hope they phone working. Call him. Call him. Take a picture. Send a letter. If Tyrone want to spend $400 on you, and all we doing is dating, call Tyrone. Matter of fact, you call him. Matter of fact, call Michael, Jermaine, Tito, all of them.
Yeah. So
what's a sensible amount of money to spend on a date for a woman? What's a reasonable price?
It depends on the occasion. Like for my girl, you know, if it's a special night, then us to go out and spend a couple $100 is cool. Now here's the cool part: a cool chick, a good girl, won't take you out and try and make you spend $300-400 on a night. That's ratchet shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a girl that's like, hey, this is my man's money, and that's coming out of our retirement or our future. That's our house payment. You know what I'm saying? So a real girl that doesn't really do that. You ever wonder why you have these beautiful women that are single? Because guys can't afford, they don't, like, it's a financial disaster. You wake up, you gone, and you count all the money you just spent versus going out with my woman or women that we're building, doing stuff together. You know, if your side chick is helping you build your 401k or your real estate portfolio, then, and don't act like people don't have a side chick. I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying that, well, anyways, let me switch gears. I don't want to get in trouble. Burgers and fries are cool. But, you know, like me and my girl, we used to go eat, like we would go eat burgers and fries and then open a $40-50 bottle of wine from our wine cabinet. You know, like something like that, like where it's a memory. You know, ladies, you should be creating memories with you guys, especially if you got a good dude. You know, and he don't have to be rich. Ladies, stop that. Oh, he needs to be balling. Oh, that's just dumb. You know,
a new date. You just met her. You met her off. You got in the inbox and you're taking her out. What's a reasonable amount of money to spend?
Slide that ass straight through that dollar menu.
She could even supersize.
Well, if she's been DMing me, we've been texting. She already know what time it is. I'm trying to build my wealth. You know, like, yeah. I just think.
See, the thing is the folk don't want to admit that they be putting these stipulations like a dude supposed to just do this, man. I don't know you like that. Matter of fact, say, man, McDonald's, you get anything on that dollar menu. Matter of fact, you get you 3-4 of them up.
Now,
you get the fry, you get the burger, you get the drink. Matter of fact, we're going to splurge. You can get the Sunday, tell them you want extra caramel, but what you ain't going to do is treat me like no goddamn ATM machine.
You know what I do is I'll cook. I make dinner. You know, I like to cook. It's, you know what, I can get to know someone or, you know, build a bond. You know, like you can really build a good relationship cooking together. You ever made dinner with a woman in the kitchen and you guys are building something together? You know what I'm saying? So like you can do that.
Yeah,
you know,
but what about those women? Go to your house and chill. I ain't doing that. I'm a lady.
You're gonna do it anyways. So you telling me you won't come the first time, but you'll come on the third time. So you just delaying the booty. You like a drip drop hole.
What's the delay in it? Let's go and have this. Let's say this. It ain't no delay. I think Al's sitting over there somewhere. Ain't no delay. Cause a woman know the first time she meets you if she gonna sleep with you. Mm-hmm. Now she gonna play the game. And if you fuck around with me, you're gonna be anorexic. Cause I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do. Now, if I choose to do that, it doesn't have to be a special occasion. I'll take you on a nice date somewhere. You know, but don't walk through the door like you the Queen of England. And somebody supposed to just go broke for you.
No.
And I done pulled up at the house and the cockroaches coming out the side of the fucking window. I done did that. That didn't happen to me. Walk up in the house, shit everywhere. And you telling me I got to take you on this fancy ass date. You ain't picking up at the Popeyes on a Tuesday.
Did you take her on a date after you saw all of that?
I got my motherfucking car and left. Because I ain't want to have to take a tetanus shot later on.
I'm not lying. True story. I met this girl. I didn't know she was from the hood, right there near Riverside, right by Norte Vista. Picked her up, whatever. I thought, she's a nice girl. Let me just take her out. I didn't know I was in the housing area, public housing. And I go pick her up, and I'm seeing the kids running all over the place. I'm like, well, who's all these kids for? So she's running late. The house is a mess. And she goes, don't worry, Donovan. Their daddies are coming to pick them up real soon. We just got to wait about 15, 20 minutes. When she said their daddies.
I hope their daddy was a trash man.
Yeah. When she said that their daddies were coming to pick them up, and these were 4 kids, I was out. I couldn't do it.
I just like Tisha K say, some men talk their way out of the pom-pom. That's true. Well, but some women will run a good man off with these monetary stipulations. They'll run him off.
Really, the coochie I gotta earn the coochie. Really, that's the end. That's the problem with women, is they make the coochie the goal line. Like coochie, and Dimitri, coochie, it don't cost $75 in Mexico. It's $25. 25 y hotele. Donovan, Thailand, you know what I'm talking about. The Asia in December.
You talking about the coochie, but ain't now woman on here said I was wrong. You already know if you're gonna sleep with him the first time you met him. You already know. So why? I mean, if that's why some people, I'm not finna sleep with somebody on the first date. The first, the fourth, or whatever, it's all the same. If you want it, you're gonna get it.
As the woman on the panel, I will concede the fact that I think most women know, I would sleep with him. Now that don't mean I'm gonna sleep with you that night just because that's just right off the rip. Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, I probably would. But if you got some sense, you're gonna get to know him. You're gonna weigh him and see if you actually are gonna do that, because looks are deceiving, right? How many? Man, Lord, I could write a book. How many times has somebody?
Welcome to the great state of Texas. They screwing on the first date. If you got candy paint, you're gonna get some ass. If you got some bang in your trunk, you're gonna get some ass. If you look like you got some money, you're gonna get some ass.
Wow.
Yeah. I live in California, and so my neighborhood's a little bit different. But I understand what you're saying. I mean, out here is something different. I don't think we should stop making the coochie the issue, guys. It's not the issue anymore. I'm telling you, if you have a Facebook account, ladies, you're not the only ones that get DMs. Like, seriously? Come on, man. Booty is so easy to get. It's not even, especially if you have your stuff together. Man, it's like, first of all, guys, if you're still chasing booty, that's why guys are so broke. When you stop chasing booty, then you can build your wealth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, girl, you got your half for the rent? That's going to our retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to start. Lord have mercy, I'm gonna get in trouble. But like, you guys, the booty is getting cheaper. Like, Donovan, I'm not saying you do this. When you posted that picture of the Philippines today.
Yesterday. Yesterday I'd be in the Philippines.
I've been to Boracay, Station 2.
If you think about it, though, you can go over there, and for a few dollars, I can get 2-3 women, and everybody knows what to expect. Everybody knows what's going down. I get my nails done. I can get a nice little pedicure. All that is in the package, and it's just the deal that you deal with. So, you come here, and they have these high expectations of you, but we're not supposed to have high expectations of them. You know?
Yeah. And
What's the right of what is it worth? In your opinion, what is it worth?
A peace of mind.
yeah.
I'm talking about the kitty cat. What is it worth?
My mama told me ain't no kitty cat worth over $10.
Oh my God. See,
And wait, and the reason she said that is because it's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's no reason that you got to spend $500-$600 when there are women out there that are giving it up for free.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, man, you could thank, and Demetri, welcome to the great state of Texas, because Section 8 has made the price of ass go down. It had made, because it ain't hard to pay that $8 for. It ain't hard to pay that $8. I'll pay the rent for 30 years.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't hard. And I'm just telling you the truth. So the thing is there a monetary amount? Remember, I got a daughter. There is no monetary amount. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to put a price tag on it. Build your own dynasty. When you build your own dynasty, you can get in it for the right reason. But this plotting with your pussy shit going on nowadays, that don't work for me.
Did you say pay the rent for 30 years?
I'm going to tell you now, them old dudes is leaving their houses and their marriages and that mortgage note behind. They doing what Walter tell them. They cutting back on their expenses, going to them a young bopper over in the projects that's on that Section 8, and they ain't got to do nothing. Now they'll pay and get your hair and your nails done, because they ain't spending but about $50, $60 depending on where you're going. And don't act like, don't come around here telling me I need a bundle. A bundle of what? A bundle of what? I'm not paying no $200 for no goddamn fake hair.
Yeah, and guys, really, and if you're in a relationship, really, sex becomes second place. Because sometimes it'd be like, hey, I had a long day. I'm going to bed, Netflix, and chill. And I don't mean like the millennial Netflix and chill. I mean like Netflix and like.
I'm cutting the deck on them on Netflix. I ain't trying to open up no second window on my Netflix for your broke ass.
Oh. Okay, that's not what I meant.
If you can't bring something to the table, if you ain't got it, cool. Okay, either start your business or go to school. If you don't want to do something with yourself, you can take you, your WAP, and all your badass kids and get the hell on.
Yeah, and ladies, I'm going to say something, I'm probably going to get in trouble, but like, you're not going to find a respectable man if your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram stories is you in a deep diving V-neck that's to your belly button. You know, it's like, oh, all the guys, like girls, like I get dick pics. Well, you send in titty pics. Like, that's cool for a night, but like you guys, and it's gonna get worse because now the old ladies on TikTok, the young ladies on TikTok, competing with the 14-year-olds who on TikTok. It's a bad deal. Like you guys.
If she's so bad, then what my daddy told me. If she all that, why she even available?
Well, good women are available as good men. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of good, and there's times that I was single that I haven't been single much, too long. I keep it moving, but there's times where I was like, I don't want to date. I'll just kick it to myself and enjoy myself. So there's some people that are, and there are a lot of attractive women that are single that want to be, but they're working on their stuff. They're working on doing better. So if you're trying to kind of make this podcast make sense, you guys just start working on your money. Like the easiest thing to do over a period of time is build your credit, pay on time, open some secured cards, put you on somebody else's card and make sure your stuff is current. Period. I mean, I have a membership, so you can go to the website. I can help you with all that. But like you guys, and then like cut your expenses. I know, and guys and ladies, stop with the 8-figure nigga stuff. That's not cool. Because those guys don't want to deal with no ratchet shit, I promise you.
Right now, they're trying to get a dude that got some unemployment coming in. is he getting his stimulus? Come on, man. They ain't looking for no 8 figures, man. Man, they looking for a dude that got some disability.
Yeah, that's a recurring residual income, and that's okay. You know, like, but you guys, you don't have to ball
I
out.
got disability.
You know, you should be saving. And here's the thing, guys, and you can start with this. And one of the guys, when I was at a company, he goes, Walter, my biggest savings, my biggest expense is the money I save. Every month, my mortgage is not bigger than my investments, my savings. And I was like, whoa. But now, you know, I look at that. I don't even know the bank account number to Cornucopia. I don't need it. You know, I've wanted to make sure that we can save, you know, and I think, you know, if I say, hey, girl, I got $100,000 in the checking account that I'm using to make moves, buy real estate, and take care of our future, that's going to wet the booty faster than anything else, because a real chick will know a bottle of Cristal is nothing like a grant deed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what he's saying is, let me interpret that for y'all in the hood. A bottle of Paul Mason and you with a checking account that ain't overdrawn, we might be able to do some things.
Yeah. So you guys, it's right now with the coronavirus, there's a lot of people that can, like, this is the best thing that's happened to me financially was the coronavirus. I got clear. I was able to cut expenses. We were able, you know, just to do certain things and opportunities that, you know, that just come to you. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's so many opportunities out there, you know, like, for instance, Airbnb is getting ready to go public. I don't know if this is true, but I was under the impression like people that actually have an Airbnb might get shares or something like that. I have to do more research. But like that room behind me right there is 2 of them. Those go on Airbnb. 1, 2 though. That's $80 a night. You know, so it pays for my place. And so then I can keep going. So every time I make a move, I go, oh, that pays for that. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I just, you know, you guys can do this. You can drive a car and have it pay. You could have it pay you. Like today, I saw a BMW 2011 535 that sells for like 12 grand at the dealership. It sold for 7,500. I didn't buy it. I just, you know, I wasn't really feeling it. But the point I'm making is, wouldn't it make sense just to buy the $7,500 Beamer, drive it, and then when you get done, just flip it for 10 grand? Right? Your car can make the payment versus you making the car payment. If you got a car payment on here, let that unless you're almost done or, you know. Anyways, I'm a car payment killer.
So basically, at the end of the day, a woman that can bring something to the table and
Right.
has some goals, trying to help build, that's more attractive than anything physically. Most things physically.
Well, I didn't really understand the question. Are you saying,
I'm saying, so the optimal choice would be a woman that's building, that, you know, has something to bring to the table, that's going somewhere, opposed to how she looks.
Yeah, I mean, because looks fade. I tell you, especially out here in California, you can have the baddest chick and you get out the car and be like, oh shit, she bad too. And your girl be, I wish you would look. So you got to get past that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what, you look like a diamond in the rough in the club, but the next morning when you take that waist train off, when them eyelashes pop up off your motherfucking eyes,
Oh my god.
and your hair laying on the other side of the bed, looks mad.
Yeah, you ever get that day like you wake up and it's like, who are you? What was that movie? I'm gonna get the sucker.
You thought you went to bed with Pauline and woke up with Paul.
Like, and I'm gonna get you, sucker. But you guys, like, looks go away. You know, looks, you can't get stuck on looks. You know, for me, I like a woman that's working on herself and that is trying to make my situation better. Because looks go away.
My partner at the club, Walter, alcohol has a way of making you see things that are not there. He leans over to me. I can hold my liquor, but I don't drink a lot to begin with. Man, that girl over there fine and a mother. I say that Adam apple hanging out her throat make her look a whole lot different. I say, man, that girl ugly as hell. Man, I'm telling you, man, that's my soulmate. Both of y'all going to hell if it's about your soul. And you're going to have a bunch of ugly kids, and it's going to be what it is. And guess what? They hooked up the first night. She got pregnant, and they had an ugly kid.
I've only met one woman in the club, and that was my ex-wife. But that was bad. You know, Club Metro. I think everybody to my right and up has met a significant other at the club. Matter of fact, I think my niece's parents have met at the same club.
You might meet a decent one at the club, because some people go to the club just to unwind, get a to get away from everything. If you're looking for a hoe, go to church.
Oh,
you're gonna find you a good hoe at the church house.
Okay.
Because they and I said it on the earlier show for Demetri and Donovan got with me. They selling pussy at the church.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna back up from the lightning bolt, but we don't have to agree on everything. But it's funny, but I did meet my ex-wife at the club, and sometimes you can meet somebody. That was a long time ago too. 30 years ago, you know, it was different. Now, you know, I couldn't be a 25-year-old dude trying to date. I couldn't do it. I just,
you know, one thing that brought into the game, y'all, them filters that you put on them pictures.
Oh my God.
On Facebook, and some of y'all, them filters ain't do you no justice on Halloween. Cause I know I didn't have a pumpkin in the window, and I could have put your ass in that window, man. Cause some of y'all without them filters, y'all look like some jack-o'-lanterns, man.
Well, and just be who you're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
all.
how.
If you ugly, just be ugly.
Wait, or you look at the profile picture, right? And she's showing a cute face. I always had the cute face, but she never shows the body.
Now, the thing that gets you on that is when you look at the profile picture and it's a cartoon. We already know what the deal is, man. We already know. Jack-o'-lantern style.
The avatar. That ain't right. Yeah. I mean, you guys, I don't know. The show. Oh, the question was, like, I guess, how do you make yourself more attractive, or what do you do when it comes to money? I think, ladies, men too, make sure the person that you're pursuing is working on making themselves better financially, physically, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, so maybe you don't have a bunch of money yet, but you can work out. You know what I'm saying? You can work on your mental health, your physical health, and then go after the money. I mean, like, you can just get started. A good woman, and you know, you guys, there's some women out there that go, oh, he's trying to get his shit together. I'm gonna get him before he get his shit together. And these dumb women out here that are waiting on an 8-figure nigga, they passing him up, and he on the hustle. He's trying to build his future. That's the dude I see myself for 20, 30 years with. I see myself with him. And you need to start thinking like that. Otherwise, you guys, and it's going to be bad for black people. Let me tell you, black people, we are fading. We used to be black, now we yellow, right? Now we clear. You know what I'm saying? And like, whew, we need to get our stuff together. And we got Joe Biden in the White House, so Lord help us all. I'm not here to say I'm for him or against him.
It's going to be a whole bunch of DMing going down after January 20th when you lock everything down, because that's his plan already to lock us down, and it is what it is. But I just think that farm animals, large vegetables like pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns and all that, just be who you really are, man. I'm just saying. I mean, man, I ain't the best looking dude. Let's get that straight. And I've accepted that a long time ago. I'm like Big and Small. This is what it is. But into believing that you something and you laying down with Pauline and working up with Paul, that don't mean you lay down with a man. That means they look like one. They look like one because I mean, them filters on them pictures, y'all, they tricking the hell out of a bunch of people with them, man. You ain't caramel burn up. Your ass look like Michael Blackson.
Closing words. Donovan, you go first.
All right, closing words. Hey, you guys, like I said, don't forget to download that app, Hot 100, to listen to the hottest morning show on the internet, the Warzone Morning Show with the 5-star general, Jerry Wayne Monroe. And also, Love in the Zone, Monday. We're going to go ahead and hit that Monday, hopefully, if everything goes right. We still have some things going on behind the scenes there, so let's throw some prayers out for Paradise. Had a family emergency. But Love in the Zone is going to be launching Monday. Tune into that. That's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. And again, you guys, we have a new administration coming in. I wish them the best. I'm not hoping for the worst, but you never know. They might surprise us. We don't know. But like I said, just be careful out there. And again, don't forget to come right back here tomorrow. We'll be back.
Walter?
As I always like to say, save your money, build your credit, all the stuff I always talk about, and just start doing that. Get up, work out, walk, exercise, start eating right, eating better, take care of your mind, your physical, and take care of your money. You guys, we only get one of these, right? And so what's going to happen is a lot of people, now that Joe Biden is president, a lot of Negroes going to go back to chilling. The masses here, so we gonna be all right. Joe Biden said, I'm my first day of office, I'm taking care of the elite, the DACA kids, 11 million kids out of here. He ain't thinking about you at all. I promise you, Joe Biden is not thinking about Black people. He's thinking about who's gonna vote for him in the next election. You understand? So, and really, it shouldn't matter who's president. If you stack in your money, you can make moves in any administration.
And before Gary closes us out, I would just say this. I've always given my daughter this advice. I've always told her to get yourself together first, before you have kids, before you get into a serious relationship. That way, when it does come time for you to get in a relationship, you can get the man you want instead of the man you need. There's a difference.
Damn, I'm the man you need.
We did a versus today, Maxwell versus Brian McKnight. Maxwell smoked him. But tomorrow we going heavyweight style. Rodney decided he would go get Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 to go in the verses against me and New Edition. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, watch me smoke this boy like a turkey. I'm going to smoke him and he can't use none of Michael's singles. He got to use Michael Jackson 5. He dead. They dead in the morning. I'm going to smoke him. But y'all do what's best for y'all. And don't make it about the money, man. But I tell you what, it's always good to leave with a good theme song. So since we've been talking about it all night, I'm going to leave you with one of the greatest songs that have ever been made by some accomplished composers. Somebody say, hey, we want some fools. Say, man, another spirited discussion from the best in the business. It's the War Zone, man. I want to thank my good friend Donovan Sadiq, the Queen Demetra K, the Money Man Walter, and the craziest SOB in social media history, the 5-star general. Say Luke gonna take us out. The train. We all would line up in a single file line. We'll holler at y'all Monday, man. No, we'll holler at you tomorrow.
Yeah.